Japan's fisheries industry has long been famous not only for its richness in products but also for its efficient and environmentally friendly fishing methods. Among them, squid and octopus fishing plays an important role, bringing great economic value to the land of the rising sun. However, not everyone knows that behind these products is a chain of modern production processes and technology, helping Japanese fishermen harvest hundreds of tons each year while still maintaining the sustainability of aquatic resources. In this video, we will explore one of those technologies, modern fishing boats and the method of using chum traps. It is not only a smart fishing method, but also an important part in the sustainable development of Japan's fisheries industry. The use of advanced technology and processing processes helps preserve valuable marine resources, while increasing economic value, contributing greatly to the country's GDP. Japanese fishermen not only rely on traditional skills and experience, but also take advantage of technological developments to improve labor productivity. Modern fishing boats have completely changed the face of the fishing industry. No longer small boats, moving by steering wheel and depending on the weather as before. Modern squid and octopus fishing boats are fully equipped with advanced equipment. From GPS, fish-finding sonar, to automated control systems, GPS and fish-finding sonar systems, this is an important technology that helps fishermen accurately determine the location of fish schools, and helps them find areas with rich sources of squid and octopus without wasting time or fuel. This helps minimize operating costs and maximize harvesting efficiency. Automation features: modern boats have automated systems for controlling the boat, lowering traps and collecting nets, helping to minimize fatigue for fishermen and improve labor safety. Furthermore, this technology also helps optimize product preservation on board, ensuring that squid and octopus are kept fresh from the time of catching until they reach shore. Chum traps are an old Japanese fishing method, but thanks to the combination with modern technology, they have become much more effective and sustainable. Basically, chum traps are terracotta or plastic jars, dropped to the seabed to trap squid and octopus. These animals often tend to seek shelter and enter the jars without any bait. Advantages of chum traps: chum traps have the advantage of not damaging the seabed environment like trawling methods. This is a selective method, only trapping desired species without harming other aquatic species or natural habitats. Sustainability: this method is environmentally friendly and does not lead to overexploitation of resources. The chum traps can be reused multiple times, reducing plastic waste and marine pollutants. In addition, with the help of modern positioning devices, fishermen can release and collect traps in areas with high squid and octopus stocks without wasting time or effort. This not only improves productivity but also helps protect aquatic resources by avoiding fishing in areas with low species density. After squid and octopus are caught and harvested on the boat, preliminary processing takes place right on the boat. This ensures that the product retains maximum freshness before reaching the mainland. Pre-processing on site: on modern boats, squid and octopus are often cleaned, classified and refrigerated on site. Onboard refrigeration and freezing systems help preserve the product during the journey back to shore. Some ships even have pre-processing systems such as slicing or packaging. which shortens the shipping time and adds value to the product. Transfer to processing facilities. After arriving at the port, squid and octopus will be transferred to large processing plants. Here, they are cleaned again, then processed into various products such as dried squid, frozen octopus, canned squid, or even ready-to-eat dishes such as sushi, sashimi to serve the domestic and international markets. In Japan, squid and octopus are very familiar ingredients in cuisine. Japanese people consume millions of tons each year, and they are present in most traditional dishes. From sushi, sashimi to grilled and fried dishes. High demand comes not only from the people but also from the tourism industry, where squid and octopus are used in high-end restaurants and street food stalls international market, in addition to the domestic market. Japan is also one of the world's largest exporters of squid and octopus. These seafood products are strongly consumed in countries such as Korea, China, the United States, and European countries. Maintaining high quality along with strict production and preservation processes helps Japanese squid and octopus products gain the trust of international customers, thereby bringing huge economic value to the seafood industry. Now that we have explored the Japanese method of catching squid and octopus using chum traps, let's move on to another aspect of the Japanese seafood industry: longline fishing for salmon. This is an old method, but thanks to the combination of modern technology, it has become one of the most efficient and sustainable methods in the salmon fishing industry. Salmon is one of the most valuable fish species in the global seafood industry. In Japan, salmon is not only an important part of the cuisine but also brings in a lot of revenue from exports. Japanese salmon is famous for its superior quality and is popular in many major markets such as the US, Europe, and many other Asian countries. However, catching salmon in the wild has always been a challenge, because salmon migrate long distances from the sea to rivers to spawn. Understanding their migration habits and using environmentally friendly fishing methods is important to ensure that the supply is not depleted. Longline fishing is a method of using a long line that is dropped into the sea with thousands of baited hooks. The line can be from a few kilometers to tens of kilometers long, helping to exploit a large area of the sea without damaging the seabed environment or other species as trawling often does. Structure of the long line: the long line has a main line running horizontally along the ocean current, and from there are many small lines, called leader lines, attached with each leader line having a hook. This hook will be baited to attract salmon. Outstanding advantages: long line helps target adult salmon, avoiding catching unwanted species or juveniles. This not only reduces the amount of fish discarded but also protects other species in the marine ecosystem. Thanks to the support of modern technology, longline fishing for salmon is becoming more and more effective. Japanese fishermen use GPS positioning systems and sensors to monitor and control the fishing process in an optimal way. Boats can easily determine the appropriate location to drop the line, where there is a high possibility of encountering migrating salmon. Water temperature sensors help detect areas of water with suitable temperatures for salmon, thereby increasing the rate of catching fish. Automation in fishing line retrieval and release: fishermen today no longer have to use human power to drop and retrieve long fishing lines as before. Automatic machinery systems can drop the fishing line quickly and accurately, and at the same time retrieve the line gently, ensuring that the salmon are kept intact without being damaged. One of the biggest advantages of this method is sustainability. Compared to other methods such as trawling, longline fishing for salmon causes less damage to the environment and can more precisely control what fishermen want to catch. Protecting the marine environment, long lines do not come into contact with the seabed, so they do not damage marine ecosystems such as coral reefs, and do not harm non-target animals such as sharks, sea turtles, or other fish, minimizing waste. This method helps fishermen to be more selective, catching only mature and valuable salmon, avoiding catching juveniles or unwanted species, like squid and octopus. Salmon is also processed on board after being caught. Modern salmon fishing vessels are equipped with advanced cold storage systems to ensure that salmon retains its highest level of freshness when brought back to shore. Basic processing such as cleaning the fish, removing viscera, and cooling is done immediately. Large vessels are also capable of flash freezing salmon in preparation for transport to processing plants, ensuring that the fish retains its freshness when it reaches international consumers. After being brought to shore, salmon will undergo meticulous processing at factories. Japan is famous for its high food safety and hygiene standards, and salmon products are no exception. Diverse product production, from fresh salmon to smoked salmon, frozen salmon, or ready-made dishes such as sashimi and sushi. This helps increase the value of the product and meet the diverse needs of the international market. Salmon is not only a popular dish in Japanese cuisine but also one of the most exported seafood products. The domestic market always has a high demand for salmon, especially in dishes such as sushi, sashimi, and grilled dishes. The international market also loves Japanese salmon because of the quality and freshness of the product. Especially in countries such as the US, Europe and other Asian countries' consumption trends, modern consumers increasingly prefer clean, safe and environmentally friendly seafood products. Longline salmon, with its high sustainability and good quality, is in line with these trends. Thanks to the longline fishing method combined with modern technology, Japan has maintained its position as one of the countries exporting high-quality salmon. The development potential of the salmon seafood industry is still very large, as international markets increasingly demand this product. In short, the longline salmon fishing method not only maintains its tradition but also develops strongly thanks to modern technology. This method helps optimize productivity, protect the environment, and meet the strict quality requirements of the global market. Thanks to that, the Japanese salmon seafood industry is increasingly affirming its economic value and position in the international arena. One of the biggest challenges facing the salmon fishing industry is climate change. Changes in sea temperatures and other environmental factors have a direct impact on the lives of salmon, which depend heavily on water temperatures and natural conditions to spawn and migrate. Irregular migration, climate change can make salmon migration patterns more erratic, making it difficult to accurately determine when and where to cast longlines. Salmon are used to returning to freshwater to spawn after spending many years in the ocean. However, if the water warms, they may migrate earlier or later than usual, making fishing less predictable. Increased ocean acidity acidity. Another issue associated with climate change is the increasing acidification of ocean waters. This not only affects the health of salmon, but also reduces their food sources, putting pressure on their numbers. Fishermen are forced to change their fishing methods, adjusting locations and timings to ensure sustainable fishing. Although longline fishing is an environmentally friendly method, it is not always applied properly everywhere. Some countries do not comply with regulations on marine environmental protection, using trawls or other fishing methods that damage fish stocks and destroy the seabed environment. Competition from other countries. The Japanese salmon fishing industry also faces fierce competition from other countries, where fishing often uses unsustainable tools such as purse seines or bottom trawls, which damage non-target aquatic species and their habitats. This leads to overfishing in some areas, directly affecting salmon numbers and causing a decline in supply. Overuse of technology. Another problem is the uncontrolled abuse of technology. While the use of sonar and positioning systems has been beneficial, without strict regulations, fishermen can easily overexploit resource-rich areas without allowing the ecosystem to recover. This will lead to a serious decline in wild salmon stocks in the future. The salmon market, like many other seafood products, is affected by fluctuations in supply and demand. Global economic and political factors, including trade agreements, protectionist measures for domestic production, and consumer trends, can all have a direct impact on salmon prices. Rising demand for salmon over the past few decades, the market for salmon has expanded significantly. The popularity of salmon dishes, especially sushi and sashimi, not only in Japan but also around the world, has led to an increase in demand for salmon. This causes salmon prices to fluctuate greatly when supply cannot keep up with demand, or when unexpected factors affect supply, such as natural disasters or environmental change. Challenges in maintaining economic value, while demand for salmon increases. External factors such as disease outbreaks in salmon farms, or issues related to international fishing regulations can increase production and transportation costs. This poses a challenge for Japanese fishermen to maintain product quality without excessively increasing production costs. To cope with the challenges from climate change and marine environmental protection, Japan is increasingly focusing on scientific research and applying advanced technology in fishing and conserving aquatic resources. Developing marine environmental monitoring technology, Japanese researchers are developing environmental monitoring and sensing systems that closely monitor factors such as water temperature, salinity, and seawater acidity. These data will assist fishermen in choosing appropriate fishing areas and times, while helping to minimize the impact of climate change on salmon stocks. Application of artificial intelligence, AI. Japan is also researching and developing smart prediction systems by using artificial intelligence to analyze data from various sources such as fish migration, seawater temperature, and weather conditions. These systems help make smarter and more sustainable fishing recommendations. Avoiding overfishing or inefficiency. In the context of global integration, Japan cannot rely solely on domestic efforts but also needs international cooperation to protect fishery resources, especially with countries with adjacent seas or salmon fishing activities. Participation in international organizations, Japan is a member of many international fisheries management organizations such as the North Pacific Salmon Fisheries Organization, NPAFC, where member countries cooperate to manage and protect salmon resources through cooperation and compliance with international regulations on catch quantities, seasons, and fishing areas. Japan is contributing to the sustainability of salmon resources worldwide. Monitoring and management programs for fishery resources. Japan has also developed and implemented many monitoring and management programs to control domestic salmon fishing. These policies include production limits, strict management of fishing grounds, and even the possible application of fishing bans during certain sensitive periods of the salmon's reproductive cycle. In addition to wild fishing, salmon farming is also a potential solution that Japan is strongly developing to supplement natural supplies. This model not only helps reduce pressure on wild salmon resources but also brings sustainable economic values. Developing environmentally friendly farming technology, Japan is pioneering the development of environmentally friendly aquaculture systems, including water quality control, clean feed use, and waste recycling during the salmon farming process. This ensures that farmed salmon products are not only of high quality but also safe for consumers.